Da 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 da.
John!
Way, woman who be thinking we soft, we don't play. Hope you're ready for the next episode. Hold up. Way, woman who be thinking we soft, we don't play. We gon' rock it till the wheels fall off.
John!
Look, there he is.
John Malvern, everybody. Our new permanent guest on Lights Out, Let's Talk.
Look at him in all his glory.
Before we get into our introductions, would you like to explain the purpose of John Malvern on a flag behind you?
I quite like the mystery behind it. There's a daddy long legs on my window.
Oh, kill it.
Outside though.
Swat it.
No, I just love John, you know.
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't love John?
No, we've got to take John to Lando's stand. He's not going to be able to be there himself.
Exactly.
So someone's got to take him, and I'm taking him. Taking one for the team. I'm walking around Silverstone all weekend with this on.
Yeah, I meant to get a matching one, but I can't work out how it works.
Because it only works on some pictures.
Yeah, some pictures it likes to fly John over to the other side of the flag, but then make him really long.
He's like just long.
He's like a stretched John.
That's so funny.
John's been doing his exercise. He's just stretching.
Everyone in the Lando stand is gonna have a flag with Lando on it. And Beth said, nah.
I don't want to be like everyone else.
I'm
be different. You to be different.
Anyway, guys, hello and welcome back to episode 20 of Lights Out, Let's Talk. Our podcast. I already said episode. Oh, episode K Mag. Episode K Mag. Beth, our podcast is officially older than you. It's 20.
That is so embarrassing, actually.
That's crazy.
I think I'm gonna have to leave. This is
so this is actually Beth's
resignation.
She's too young now. She's outaged it, which also means Brooke and I each are only lasting 2 more episodes.
Exactly. Then the podcast will.
Then the podcast is over.
Well, no, John can take over.
Yeah, John's old enough. It's just John on his own. An hour of just looking at this.
There's no audio. It's just John.
It's John for like 55 minutes.
Can we get a close-up on the John flag?
What?
Can we get a close-up of the John flag?
Do you like my top first, Lando?
Your lamp for one.
My mum went earlier. She went, "That doesn't look like Taylor Swift on your top."
No, it's not.
Your evolve is so interesting. Is Lando going to be at Silverstone?
Yeah, my mum did ask that.
John!
Look at him. So slay. Doing
a point. What is he doing?
You just see all
forehead creased, Beth.
Come on, you gotta iron him out.
You gotta sleep.
It literally isn't.
What's he carrying?
A box.
What's in the box, Beth?
I haven't asked him that. Do you want to ask him?
John, what's in the box? The
I don't know.
Pastry burger. That makes so much sense, John. It has an
X on it. The Sidemen.
Classic.
It actually looks like a Sidemen box, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
He's got
some sides.
It's secret classified information.
Oh, sorry, John. I didn't mean to intrude. Okay. Now, we've had a fair bit go down this week in terms of drama. And for once, instead of it's a Twitter problem, it's a TikTok problem.
Which is usually never the case. Well, usually TikTok usually has a little bit, but it usually carries over from Twitter.
TikTok has been scarier this week than Twitter has been.
But
we'll talk about the positives first. So, starting off, we have McLaren announcing a new partnership with Loop.
Yay!
I've heard really good things about them.
Oh, I have them. I love them.
My mum has some.
Mine are downstairs.
I've debated buying them, but right now I don't see a use for me personally to get them because they're noise canceling things, right? That's what the primary use is.
It depends. You've got different ones. So there's like Loop experiences, which are like made for electronic sounds. So like concerts and stuff, it dulls out the crowd, but it only picks up on like the vibrations from the speakers.
Okay.
So you can still hear the artist really clearly. You just don't hear that really awful person with no concert etiquette behind you.
Right behind you. Yeah.
So that's what I have. I got the experience ones for Taylor Swift because I was like, I'm scared for myself.
I feel like this is a great partnership for the races.
Yeah, I think
like it's amazing.
So I don't actually know what kind the McLaren loops are, to be completely honest. Because I know they have some that has like a little dial on it, so you can turn up how much sound you want to mute and turn it down.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then they have like sleep ones, and then they have ones that's close range sound. So like if you're like in a cafe or something, you can have a conversation with someone and you can hear them, but you can't hear like people in the line or whatever.
Let me look this up and see.
They are the loop switch between quiet, experience, and engaged modes with built-in dial.
There you go.
Oh my gosh, they're so expensive.
Oh yeah, loops are pricey.
Oh, they're $65.
I'll send it to my mum and see what she says.
But honestly, this is not sponsored. If you wanted to be sponsored, Luke, I love your products.
I'll be down to try your product.
I have a pair of loop experiences, which I also got like a little magnetic thing. So it's like a necklace that you attach the end of them on. And then you unmagnet it and put them in your ears. So it's like almost like, do you know whenever you put the little beads on your glasses? So if your glasses fall there,
yes, it's
kind of like that. So I put them in, and then whenever there was like a more quieter song happening or something, I was
take
able
them out.
And then they just magneted here. But I've worn them to Olivia Rodrigo, Harry Styles, Taylor Swift, and I can say that there was no ringing in my ears by the end of the concert.
Are those ones that you would bring to Silverstone, or would you think about getting like another pair for Silverstone potentially?
I'd have to look into how the experience ones work because I know they pick up on electronic sounds, but I know if I put them in, I can still hear things happening around me. So like I was still able to hear the crowd. It just dulled the crowd.
Yeah.
So I think you would still be able to hear the cars because obviously like they're loud. But they will be coming with me to Silverstone.
Play.
Then if they don't give the effect that
then
you
take
them out. But
I'm just gonna go deaf.
I'm even gonna like use them for Beth and I are camping. So I'm even gonna use them for like, you know, in case there's a rowdy person going past our late at night, I can pop them in and go to sleep. But they also have ones like specifically for sleep. I'm just not that picky.
But if they work, they work.
I love my loops, like 100%. Would highly recommend them to anyone. And even whenever I'm having days where like I'm just very overstimulated at uni and like I'm really stressed and not having a good day, I literally just pop them in and you just instantly feel like zenner. I'm just like, I don't have that annoying like background noise. Or like there was one time we had a lecture that was entirely done through projector, but I was sat right below the projector and all I could hear was like the really high pitch like of the projector running, and I just popped them in. I could still hear my lecture just fine. So yeah, highly recommend loops. I think it's a great collab. I wish there was a little more in terms of McLaren. They're just orange. I wish there was like a little on there or something, but
yeah, it's just like the color. It's papaya.
It's a papaya loop. So
I
personally won't be buying the McLaren loops just because I already own a pair. If I did not already own a pair, or say I like needed a new pair, I would 100% be buying them. It's just I'm a broke uni student and
they're so expensive.
I already have a pair, so
yeah.
I'd just rather spend my money on Lando match.
That's so valid. I said that to my dad. He was like, "You're not going to buy a new pair of loops." And I was like, "Here, put a McLaren logo on it and I'm buying it."
Oh, yeah. I think there should be a little logo on it. I think it would just add to that and make it more.
Case. They come in like a case that you can put on like your car keys.
The same.
Oh.
So that's why I always have mine with me because they're like hooked on my car keys. So there's a McLaren logo on the case. But the actual loops themselves are just orange. But I love them and they're very subtle. Like they just
they look very like sleek, So like minimal.
They're also flat, so you can sleep with them in and you don't notice it.
I'm gonna look into them.
I highly recommend it. I do.
Look into them.
Okay, next up, we also have Valtteri driving in a McLaren. This was a jump scare. I thought it was a fake post at first.
I did too. I saw people like photoshopping like him in like the McLaren suit.
Yeah.
And then I actually saw his post where he was someone filmed him driving in it. I'm like,
I might just be like really imagining things, it's been a long week. But when this came out, like I am pretty sure we found this out before the start of the season. Or at least I remember reading that he was going to do testing with them because obviously it's the same engine provider.
It's possible.
He does it. Like I feel like I remember and everyone was like in shambles being like, oh my God, Valtteri's in the McLaren. And I was like, I swear I already knew this was going to happen. Like
I don't remember reading anything on it.
I don't either.
Maybe I'm just making it up at this
point. I think
point.
Mercedes reserve drivers, don't they always do this? Because I remember seeing a picture of Mick and Nick both.
So basically the way it works is Valtteri is Mercedes reserve driver, but McLaren race under Mercedes engines. So they're actually like McLaren Mercedes is like their official title or whatever, or Mercedes McLaren. I don't know what order it is. It's one of them. But because it's like the same engine and this, that, and the other, they like switch about reserve drivers and stuff to test.
Yeah. People.
I swear he was driving the 2023 car.
I don't think it was the new one.
Oh, good luck.
And I was, that's what I said.
It probably was.
A post saying it was the 2023 car, and I was like, ugh!
Because it wouldn't be this year's.
It wouldn't be this year's. I don't think they can use last year's. Yeah.
I was gonna say this. Yeah, I don't think. But people on Twitter were like, "OMG, does this mean Pato's going to Cadillac?"
Yeah. Everyone spirals. Everyone loves to jump to conclusions. And speaking of cars, it has now been confirmed that Alex and Carlos have the same chassis.
Yeah, thanks to James Giles.
There were obviously some speculations about certain things, which I think we spoke about last week or 2 weeks
we did. Yeah,
we definitely spoke about it. I don't remember whether it was last week or 2 weeks ago. But we did speak on this. So, but yes, it has been confirmed that they have the same chassis. They are not driving different ones.
Different cars.
They are not driving different cars. Everything is okay. Okay. What else do we have? These are Brooke's notes, by the way, so I'm just reading off a laptop.
Read.
We have Dino! Dino! Live, laugh, love. Dino is getting his first F1 practice at the Bahrain Grand Prix.
I love that for him.
You say you love this for him, but you forgot who Dino was.
We don't need to talk about this.
Every goddamn time I bring up Dino, I'm like, Brooke, remember when you forgot?
I didn't mean it, Dino. I'm so sorry.
Should I bring the clip back? Insert clip here.
Oh my.
It was.
No, he's not.
It was Paul, Arthur, and who was the other?
It was that video because
I can picture him.
Gosh, I need a ukulele. I'm so sorry.
Apology. Yeah, Brooke forgot who Dino was, and
I swear I know who he is.
Hashtag justice for Dino.
We'll get it trending again.
And Victor Martins has also joined the Williams Driver Academy.
He escaped Alpine.
He's run away.
And he went to Williams. Going to go join big car science and Alex Albon. And not James Giles. He's still up.
Sometimes I just like to go quiet and see what Beth will fill the awkward silence with. John is judging you.
Nah, he's smiling. He's happy and like his little...
John is judging you from behind.
Okay, and?
Okay.
And?
Okay. Now, possibly the biggest news drop of this week, technically last week.
I shouldn't laugh, guys.
Yuki Tsunoda is going to Red Bull, and Liam Lawson has been demoted to V-Carb. What are our thoughts?
It's bittersweet, I think. Like, obviously, all of us
Beth,
wanted.
stop laughing. You're going to go to the bathroom again. You're going to go to the bathroom. You cried over Liam Lawson's Instagram post.
Okay, yeah, but that was actually quite sad.
It was.
Then I realised maybe he's trying to emotionally blackmail us to feel
No,
bad. I don't feel... No, someone pointed out something, and actually, I take back my cry. Because he actually said that he was like, I can't remember the exact words, but it's about, like, doesn't feel sympathy for anyone.
Yes.
Or, right, I'm not going to feel sympathy for you anymore.
Yeah, he said, I think it was regarding, like, the whole, like, Yuki situation. He's like, I don't feel sympathy because it's, like, it's racing.
But you know what? I feel sympathy because I'm a human being.
Liam lawsuit is...
Listen.
Going back home.
I think after 2 races is incredibly harsh.
Yeah, even for Red Bull, that's harsh.
But honestly, moving to V-Carb at this point, I feel like is a promotion.
People were like, just move Max to V-Carb. Like, I don't know what.
I think with the V-Carb, there's a lot less pressure. So Liam is able to do what he needs to do.
Flourish.
But he does well in the V-Carb in that car.
It gives Yuki a chance to step up to Red Bull, which honestly I think should have been their move for the start of the 2025 season. I don't think Liam should have been promoted instead of Yuki. So I think they have righted their wrongs, but unfortunately in doing so, Liam has sort of been caught in the crossfire.
Yeah.
I feel like because of a decision that Red Bull made, Liam received a lot of unnecessary hate. I understand there are things that Liam has said in the past that a lot of people don't agree with, such as I don't feel sympathy for him. Also with I'm not here to make friends, and I know a lot of people have a lot of issues. Okay, dog. I know a lot of people have had issues with him for reasons.
I'm back.
But I do believe he received a lot of unnecessary hate for a decision that was ultimately Christian Horner's and Helmut Marko's. I don't think it's fair on Liam.
It's not. I've seen people questioning like Christian Horner and being like, is he gonna he's gonna keep his job? Like, there's no way he's not.
Bro, Will Buxton, he questioned it.
People are questioning him and Helmut Marko about every decision they've been making for the past, I think Will said like 18 months or something like that. Because
was it Will? Am I right in saying that?
I think Will, yes. I think he went on a podcast. I cannot remember. It was
Fast and the Curious podcast.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I'm pretty sure he did say that. Like, he's questioning. I mean, like,
I'll look into that and cut this clip if it wasn't, but
I feel like it was, but yeah.
I think it was. But yeah, I think there's just been a lot of unfair things thrown Liam's way. And I understand if you don't particularly like him as a person or a driver, because I understand that there's been a lot of things that have been said. But in terms of blaming him and like putting him up against Yuki for a decision that wasn't Liam's, no harm. Any driver in the world, F2, F1, any driver told, do you want the secondary seat in Red Bull? They're going to say yes, except for Alex Albon. Because apparently Red Bull Racing contacted their old Pookie, Alex Albon, to move him into the seat.
I have the screenshot. It says sources said they attempted to get Albon back for the season as a replacement for Perez, but were unsuccessful.
Man said, no.
Bro, they had Carlos Sainz right there.
I'm honestly still surprised I didn't go with Carlos.
Carlos was at Red Bull. He like junior. He was right there.
Well, they chose the man that they kicked out, and he said, "Nuh-uh, I'm happy."
Or never.
I said go for Pierre Gasly.
Getting back together. Sorry. That's what he said. He answered the phone and played Taylor Swift on the phone to Helmut Marko.
Did he?
Yeah, he told me that. What if you just called Taylor up?
What if you just called Taylor up? But yes, who knows what's going on with Red Bull? Red Bull honestly terrifies me.
Red Bull.
I feel like every week we've got some new drama with Red Bull and McLaren, TBH. McLaren and Red Bull, the two most troubling teams.
I don't have any rants this week, I don't think.
You will.
Will I? What are you going to say, bro?
Social media rants.
Oh, yeah, but that's different. That's not me ranting at the team, is it?
No, you're not ranting at the team. You're ranting at scary fans. Okay, and then our little quick ones. So Max Verstappen has a special helmet for Japan. There are rumors of a white Red Bull livery for Japan. I also saw this week on TikTok that apparently they tried running a pink livery.
I saw that as well.
But it was too heavy, so they couldn't do it.
Lol.
That's unfortunate because I bet it was beautiful.
Speaking of beautiful, a moment for Haas.
You ate, left no crumbs.
How many letters in Vard?
Too many. There are. It's just beautiful.
It's a gorgeous livery. For those who have not yet seen it, it's like cherry blossoms, and it's kind of quite similar to the Nissan in Formula E.
It is, yeah.
But like way more cherry blossoms. But the Nissan runs that livery all year round, so Nissan are still winning in my opinion. But this livery is gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
It's a beautiful, beautiful livery. And then we also have Aston Martin with merch, which also
beautiful
on it, which are also gorgeous. No,
I will be buying a Lance hat.
I will not, but I respect. So now we're on to our main drama. Beth, do you want to kick off?
Do I want to kick off?
I said kick it off, but you can kick
off. She wants to kick off.
Maybe I should get my tweet up and read that as the starting line to
Beth wants to kick off and kick it
off.
I've
got a picture of Oscar Piastri.
Okay, well
I can't get Oscar off my screen. Why won't he go?
The power of papaya is too strong.
She's crashing out.
I was like zooming out, and it just going side to side.
That needs to stay in.
Anyway,
I'll give the context while Beth gets up her tweet.
Oh, I already have it, bro.
Yeah, I know, but we need the context before your tweet.
Oh, yes.
So, we have entered the world of parasocial fans. Because this is insane. So, essentially, a video came out of Lando and Maggie driving about in Monaco after the new quadrant drop. And supposedly he's only ever seen with her after a quadrant drop.
Rumor has it.
Yes. Then people decided to make their way over to Quadrant's Instagram and just comment complete and utter rubbish. I'm trying not to swear in this episode.
You're doing great.
Thank you. I've made it 24 minutes thus far.
Proud.
But yeah, about how their PR's terrible, how it's so obvious that it's PR. And then people were also stirring up about the actual quadrant drop itself, being like, all this media for that. And I was like, yes, you tend to promote your products when you want to sell them, guys. That's how PR works.
And the marketing stuff is good. The clothes are good.
I really want the zip up. I'm a zip up girlie. I say as I'm not wearing a zip up, but I'm a hoodie girl. I'm wearing quadrant.
I was wearing quadrant earlier, but it got too warm.
But yeah, this then went on to absolutely, like, I know that we've spoken about controversies with Lando and Maggie before in the past.
But this is just, it took it to a whole other level.
This is insanity. This is death threats under Lando's post, death threats under Maggie's post, and complete and utter parasocial insanity under Quadrant's posts. So, yeah, there's your context. Beth, over to you.
And obviously, in true Beth fashion, she turned to Twitter. Because I do that quite often.
She does.
My first point on the situation was the real issue is not the fact who he's with. Why are we taking videos above his car looking into it? Like,
I haven't seen that video, and I'm actually glad I haven't.
I'll
it's
send
like
it.
from up here, and they're like driving around the street.
Bro, they're freaking out because he's got his hand on her leg. And they're
Not
all like,
to do that.
ah! He's touching his girlfriend! Ah!
They're just
It's
upset
because-
that it's not them.
How
No, it's
dare
because me and Lando are actually going to get married, guys. So
It's in your DMs, Brooke.
Okay, slow.
I'm actually heartbroken. My whole life is ruined.
You mean to tell me, Beth, you're never gonna become Mrs. Norris?
Apparently not anymore.
God, I guess I'll just bin my white wedding bow I was planning on wearing. Like, guys, let's make one thing real clear, okay? You are barely even scraping into this category at this point, a fan. Honestly, you're not even. You're a parasite. Stop it. If you cannot, fair enough if you don't agree with who he's dating, but you know where those thoughts stay, guys? In here. That's where you can keep those little thoughts if you don't agree. This whole cancel culture and everyone hates everyone and they can hide behind a screen and send death threats is insanity. It is insanity because sure, he's up there, A-list celebrity, this, that, and the other. He's still a human being. We put these people up on a pedestal that we often forget. They are like you and I. They just have more money. But they are like you and I. They are a human being. They have a beating heart. They have a brain. They have feelings. And I have seen someone tagged Lando's father
and his ex. If we're tagging her
in these comments, being like, how do you feel that your son's ruining his reputation for a booty call? And I'm like, how do you feel that you're so chronically online that you think that this is okay?
And these people will say these things in comment sections, but they're not going to say it to his face. They're going to say it. They don't have the guts to do it.
One thing I want to make specifically clear to any younger viewers that we have that has maybe, like, you know what? If you're the ages of 11 to 14 and you're posting this stuff, that it's not okay, but you're jumping on the bandwagon and you don't fully know what's wrong yet. If you're over the age of 14, grow up. And to those younger people who do not understand, there's this magical thing in the world. It's called a digital footprint. If you want to work in F1 one day, if you want to work anywhere one day, and they can trace this back to you, which they will, if it
won't be working
for your account, you are signed under your email. Whether the account is under your name or not, it is under your email. Your future employers can track back to any previous emails you've had. So even if you make a new email, they can still trace it back to you because it is registered to your name with your birthday at your address. It is fully registered to you. They can track that. This is why you see these influencers and celebrities getting cancelled 10 years later because of a tweet they posted whenever they were 15. Because people can trace it back. People can find these things. And one thing that I was actually amazed at, now I've got a friend in the police force, okay? And I didn't fully understand the extent of this and like how easy it is for them to find things. I did this as an experiment with them. So they gave me like an email address that wasn't registered to me. It wasn't registered to anyone. And they were like, put something out, put a tweet out, put an Instagram post out, put anything out. And I was like, right, okay. So I literally just uploaded like, hey guys, what's up today? And then they were like, now delete it. And I was like, okay. So I deleted it, refreshed it. It was completely gone from the feed. They took the phone. They waited 10 minutes, took the phone, plugged it into their software, and they had the full tweet up within 3.5 minutes. That is how quickly, even if it's deleted, it's still there. The second you hit post, it is out there. Digital footprints, guys.
That's something that they talked to us about that when I was in like middle school. So I was like a preteen.
Yeah.
They did like this whole like you could Google your name, all your accounts will pop up that are attached to you. Pictures of yourself that you've posted will come up that are attached to you.
Here's just proof. Now, I know I have a fair few followers on social media, but if I look up lucyeringeoghegan, which is my social media account, yeah, what comes up? Instagram, lucyeringeoghegan, TikTok, lucyeringeoghegan, Threads, lucyeringeoghegan, TikTok. Even under videos, they are my videos. They are my TikToks that I have posted. That is my face and my glasses. They are my videos. If I scroll down even further, there's TikTok. Lucy Geoghegan just posted, if you've got a problem, change your effing car. If I go on to images, it's all me. Okay? It's a very real thing, and it's horrifying. But they can trace that, and they will trace it back to you. There's your little lesson of the day.
And if it's death threats, you will probably get in some very serious trouble.
If it's death threats, have fun being sued.
Yeah. And apparently Lando and Quadrant and Jamie, they're blocking people.
They are.
Who have been leaving those comments underneath Quadrant's post, underneath Lando's post. I've seen people
liking them, anyone who's liked those comments. Because I have seen a couple of people who have said that they've been blocked when they didn't comment anything.
Yeah.
No, my only theory for that is maybe as they've been scrolling, they've accidentally liked one of the comments.
Which is possible.
It is possible, and it's unfortunate, but this is why we have to be careful on social media.
This is why you look back. Because I'll like go, I remember I was looking through the comment section, I was like looking through and making sure that I don't scroll above like the like button. I'll like scroll like towards like the middle of my screen so I don't accidentally like something.
I tell you now, I overthink everything I do on social media. I will never post a TikTok without sending it to at least 3 different people being like, will I be cancelled for this?
I've got a TikTok in my draft, but I almost posted. I'm like, maybe I don't post that.
Yeah. It takes 2 seconds to just take a little moment and think, how would I feel if someone said this to me?
Mm-hmm.
Put yourself in their shoes. And I know you're not an A-list celebrity, and I know you think you'll probably never see it, but he does. Maybe he won't see your comments specifically. That's fine. But if there is mass amounts of hate, they see it. They are aware that it is happening. Okay? There is a reason why Lando is blocking people, because he's seeing it. Or at least his admin is. But it's not on, and it's not okay, and it's absolutely wild, and it's quite frankly disgusting behavior, and it really scares me that this is the level that our future generation is growing up thinking is okay to act that way. Because go outside. See, up until the age of 11, I didn't even own a phone. I got my first phone when I was 11 years of age. Go outside. Go play football. Go play tennis.
Touch some grass.
Go ride a freaking bike.
Touch some grass, that's what I was going to say.
Literally, actually go bait one with the earth.
Something.
We're coming into the summer months now, unless you're in Australia. We're coming into the summer months. Go outside. Go get some vitamin D in your system, okay? Because this whole parasocial thing is wild. I didn't even know this was going on because I'd been off my phone all day, and Beth phoned me and was like, yo, have you seen social media today? And I was like, no, I have been.
No, I was trying not to. I thought I was going to get cancelled for tweeting about it. Guys, I was scared.
I was like, I've been out living my life. Why?
And I think I had just woken up and I was scrolling Twitter, and I think one of the first tweets I saw was Beth. I was like, what the is happening right now?
What is going on? And I was like, oh,
what is going on? And then apparently people are emailing Ellen for admin, be like, hey, can you like tell Lando to unblock me?
Oh yeah, I saw this.
I saw that as well. Where they're like, I've emailed them,
He's
I don't know what else to do. And I'm like, maybe don't post hate.
he's not gonna look at your email and he's not gonna unblock you. Your actions have consequences.
Yes. When will you learn? When will you
Never.
learn that your actions have consequences?
Never.
Clearly, because like this is happening so much now. And I understand to the fact where I'm like, if you don't like him, fair enough. Okay? You are not required to like every single driver. Okay? That's
what do you mean?
fine.
Yes, you are.
No. It is fine. If you don't like every driver, that is perfectly okay. I personally don't have an issue with any of the drivers. Well, besides like previous drivers who I have real issues with. But as of the current grid, I have no issues with any of the drivers whatsoever. If you're not a fan of Lando, I am not one of these Lando fangirls that's going to be like, ah! I don't care. I really could not care less if you're not a fan of Lando. Go support your driver. Go support your team. You do you. Okay?
You do you, boo.
You do you. That's fine. When I have an issue is when people come online and they purposely go out of their way to post hate. I'm like, what are you gaining from this?
How unemployed have you got to be yet?
Literally. What, like, I genuinely, for anyone who watches this podcast, if you've ever posted hate towards anyone specifically online, stop watching. But also, why? What have you gained from the situation? Because even if they reply to you, I don't know if it's rage bait. I don't know if it's parasocial behavior. I don't know if it's just people who genuinely thought they have a chance with Lando. Like, I would genuinely like to know the reason, because I am lost and I am confused on this. Because there are drivers that I don't particularly like. I don't dislike them, but I'm not like, woo! But never once in my life, even whenever I was younger, never once in my life have I sat down behind a screen and gone, haha, this will be really funny to post. No, because that's weird and not normal. And
it's almost cowardice too.
Go get a psych evolve, please, because this is actually insanity.
Especially that one person on TikTok. You know the person. We were just talking about it before we were recording.
We were. So this is another thing that happened this week. There was a post went out on TikTok. Now, obviously, the race coming up this weekend is Japan.
Post is still up, by the way. Last time I saw it's still up.
Yeah. Which is the Suzuka circuit. And someone posted a photo of Gilles Bianchi, a driver that has the utmost respect in the motorsport community, a driver that we unfortunately lost far too soon. A driver that is very personal to Charles, for he was his godfather, and a driver that we lost due to the effects of something that happened at Suzuka. And someone took a photo of him and has posted it on TikTok with the caption of Lando should take driving advice from him. And they don't mean that in a compliment way. That is not only insane, it's vile. I actually felt sick when I saw it. I have reported the account. I have reported the post. So has Brooke and so has Beth. And I have sent it into Formula One group chats. And I have also said to them, can you please report this? And TikTok are yet to take it down.
It just makes no sense because TikTok will do anything that, like, they'll report, like, they'll take down your videos for the stupidest thing, but they won't take down a video and an account that is so very clearly wishing death upon someone else. It doesn't matter that it's a driver. They are wishing death upon someone, and the fact that TikTok is allowing that to be on their platform is disgusting.
Yeah. I didn't even know what to say about it. It was one of those ones where you actually just look at it and you're like, this isn't rage bait. This isn't... There's no words to genuinely describe how disgusting that post was. Where, first things first, sending a death threat to any Formula One driver, to anyone on Earth, not even Formula One drivers, not even celebrities, sending a death threat to anybody, first things first, is a serious crime. It is fully illegal, and you will get jail time if you're caught for it. And second, it's so far from okay, it's not even funny. Like, I'm not looking at this as a Lando fan being like, gasp, they've insulted my driver. You've insulted Gilles Bianchi. You've insulted Charles. You've insulted Lando. You've insulted Lando's parents. You've insulted Lando's friends and family. You have insulted any single person within the motorsport community, and you have insulted any single person who knew anyone personally within that situation. It's vile. He was a real-life human being who lost his life due to an incident that happened in Japan. Now, he didn't die on track. He was in a coma for 9 months before he passed away. But it was still an incident that took place in Japan. And like, imagine if Charles saw that. That they are using a crash of someone personal to him to insult somebody else who's personal to him.
The person needs a serious psych evaluation. They need actual mental help.
No, they need jail time.
I don't understand. And I don't think I will ever understand why someone thinks that that's okay to post. It's beyond me.
I really, like, this is never a topic that I want to discuss, on this podcast, but it had to be brought up because it's been my entire social media recently. You couldn't exactly ignore it, but
as much as we would want to, like, that has to be talked about one way or another.
If this had been aimed at any other driver, it would have been talked about as well.
Yeah.
But once again, they're a human being. They are a real life human being. And the bit that was even more disgusting to me was not only that someone posted it, but that it had over 10,000 likes. Once again, digital footprint, guys. If you've liked it, if you've engaged with it in any way, shape, or form, you can also be charged for that. You can be charged for that. But it's insane. It's there. I just no. There's genuinely no other words for that. Where you're like, and I know people are like, there's always that one where it's like, oh, they only insult you because they're jealous of you. No,
they're not jealous of Lando. They're doing it because they genuinely hate him so much.
That's sociopathic behavior.
Yes.
Like, that's actually sociopathic. If this is where the motorsport community has come to, I don't want it. I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to have anything, because to me, Formula One is a space to meet new friends, learn new things, and find a sport that we all love and engage with. And at the moment, it's not that. So, yeah, that's all I have to say on that. Anyone else?
I think we've said
summed it up pretty well.
Yeah.
We've covered everything. If you're posting anything like that on social media, think twice. Please. Please think twice before hitting post. And if you think twice and you still hit post, I hope you get the help you need.
Because you sure do need it.
That's the only way I can put it.
Fact.
Okay. We're going to move away from the serious topics now.
Hey guys, how is everyone doing?
Once again, sincerely go touch the grass. And that's pretty much all the notes I have. So, all we've got left to do is our podium predictions for next week and our memes of the week. Now, I'm not going to do podium predictions first because I have to do some research. Hold on. Podium predictions! Who's going first?
You always go first. You're first on the list.
I go first. Okay. Top of the podium. Or should I start from third?
Do whatever order you want, mate.
Whatever your heart desires.
My heart desires in third place. Mr. George.
George Russell.
Your T-pose himself. Consistency is key.
In second place, we're going to have Mr. Oscar Piastri.
Oh, I don't know what you were going to say.
And in first place, let me think.
I wonder who.
Ollie Behrman. No, I'm kidding.
Damn, that was mine. What the hell?
Lando on the top step. Because he's going to shut all them haters up.
Slay! Sorry.
Slay. So Lando, podium. Or top of the, P1. I've been debating on if I want to put Max in my top 3. He just hasn't, I don't think he's been enough to where I think he'll
it's
get.
The car. It's the car.
Yeah. The car's not great. So I'm going to put George in second. I think he's going to do a little bit better than normal. Going to break that third place curse. Then I'm going to put Oscar in third.
Love.
Yeah.
Respect.
I'm going to give my P1. We've all gone 3 for 3. Landino. Now, my P2...
Bow.
I'm torn between, because if it rains, it's one. If it doesn't rain, it's another. And it's at a 50% chance of rain, which is really annoying.
Yes, keep in mind, this is being filmed on Monday. So this is being filmed a whole 6 days before the race.
I'm going to say Lando, Max, Oscar. Because if it rains, Max will be up there.
Yeah.
But so could Charles.
That's true.
Are you relying on Ferrari putting him on the right tyres?
Hey, third time's the charm.
I'm fear that we're past like the third time at this point.
That's happened a lot.
Did they cook or are they cooked?
That was literally my TikTok. I thought Ferrari were cooking.
I fear it's probably the latter.
Yeah.
Again, disqualified again.
We're not putting that out into the universe.
I think Ferrari fans are probably
It's literally Ferrari. They're literally the enemy. So
I know they are, but we're not putting anything negative out into the universe, okay?
No bad juju. No bad juju.
Okay.
Okay.
And now our last step. It's time for our memes of the week.
Aye.
And I feel like mine's really fitting to what we've seen on social media this week.
I'm gonna find one.
It's this.
Girl, calm down.
Calm down.
Mine, guys, if you're on my Twitter, you already seen this one.
Shut up. Now mine's a little bit of a different direction.
Oh.
This is me because it's my 1 year.
Oh, party in the USA.
Yes, Brooke is approaching her 1 year.
I am. I'll have to find the exact dates because Suzuka is
earlier this year.
It's a little bit earlier than it was last year, but not by much, to be honest.
It's still your 1 year anniversary.
It's still my 1 year because it's Suzuka.
Yeah. So that's a slay. And I just got blue tack stuck in my ankle because I've been playing with blue tack for the last hour. And it's really like it's just sticky now. It's just real sticky.
Ooh, beautiful.
But it's quite fun to play with. I'm like, I'm such a child. Anyway, well, that noise is getting muted.
You can't put that in. You can't put that in. Not at all.
The madness.
That was a wild sound. That is mad. I don't think I've ever heard you sound like anything like that.
Right, Lucy.
Okay. I don't know how you can recover from that.
No, she can't. She can't. She actually has to leave. She has to leave.
She's done. Bye, Lucy.
That's a madness. That's a madness.
That was, yeah, you guys would, yeah, that's.
Yeah, that was a madness from her.
That was crazy.
I thought I'd collect. Woo! Okay.
Anyways.
Anywho. Come on, Lucy. Are you back?
Yes, I'm.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
Anyway,
Orlando of you.
let's wrap this up. So this has been episode 20 of Lights Out, Let's Talk. Sounded like a car horn there. Talk. And we will see you guys next week for Suzuka. That's the way I read it now because of Beth. Beth wrote Suzuka, but she wrote it really weirdly. Do we tell this story time, or is this really stupid?
No, it's really stupid. We don't have to talk about how I'm dyslexic.
Well,
okay.
Let's just say this became a meme within us three of the way Beth writes Suzuka.
No, I spelt it wrong, okay?
And then she put like 2 exclamation points, so I read it as Suzuka! And it's now our group chat name.
Sometimes life gets hard. And it sucks.
When you try your best, but you don't succeed. Anyway,
I'm gonna cry myself to sleep.
Thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed, and we will see you all next week for another episode of Lights Out, Let's Talk. Cue that out. Whoa! I charged it up that time. I charged it up.
We don't play. Hope you're ready for the next episode. Hold up. Hey, woman, so we thinking we soft. We don't play. We gon' rock it till the wheels fall off.
The freaking tell, bro.
Bro, that noise was a madness.
That was for madness. I actually can't believe that you have that on the camera now. You have that on the video.
The issue is like part of me wants to include it, and the other part of me is like, no. So I'm gonna have to like put a noise over the top of it, and then it has our reaction, and then I'll be like, well, that's being muted.